You reply too fast. You always make time. You're always there when they need attention. And you think that makes you good. But most people don't realize this is exactly why they slowly get taken for granted. Not because you're boring. Not because you're ugly. Because you remove the fear of losing you. And once that disappears, people change. There's a moment in every relationship where attraction quietly shifts. It's subtle. Nobody says it out loud. But one person starts chasing less, while the other starts trying harder. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why being too available secretly kills tension, respect, and emotional curiosity, without you even noticing. Because the truth is, most people don't lose others by being toxic. They lose them by becoming emotionally predictable. You meet someone. At first, everything feels electric. They text first. They ask questions. They seem obsessed with you. And you love it. So naturally, you give more. You start replying instantly. Cancelling plans to talk to them. Always picking up calls. Always checking your phone. Always emotionally on standby. You think you're building closeness. But slowly, something changes. Their replies get shorter. The energy shifts. You notice they take longer to answer now. But the craziest part? You become even more available after that. You double text. You over-explain. You try harder to fix the vibe. And that desperation? People can feel it instantly. Even through a screen. Here's the psychology nobody tells you. Humans are wired to value things that feel meaningful to earn. Not because people love games. Because uncertainty creates emotional intensity. Think about it. Why do people obsess over mixed signals? Why do they constantly check their phones after one cold reply? Because the brain becomes hyper-focused on unpredictable rewards. But when someone knows they already have unlimited access to you, your emotional value drops. Not your value as a human. Your perceived value. Big difference. And before you get angry, no, this doesn't mean you should become manipulative. This means attraction dies when there's zero tension, zero mystery, and zero chance of losing you. Pattern interrupt. Have you ever noticed this? The moment you stop giving constant attention, some people suddenly come back. Why? Because absence forces people to feel your emotional weight. Constant availability erases it. Now here's the uncomfortable part. Sometimes being too available isn't kindness. It's fear. Fear that if you stop giving attention, they'll leave. Fear that if you don't reply instantly, they'll lose interest. Fear that you have to constantly prove your worth to keep someone emotionally connected. That's not love. That's anxiety wearing a loyalty costume. And people feel that energy. Especially emotionally unavailable people. In fact, the more insecure you become, the more they pull away. Because neediness creates pressure. And pressure kills attraction fast. Imagine this. Someone cancels plans with you last minute. You're disappointed. But instead of respecting your own time, you immediately say, "No worries, smiley face, whenever you're free." Again. And again. And again. Meanwhile, they stop respecting your effort because deep down, they know something dangerous. You'll always stay. No matter how little they give back. And once someone realizes there are no consequences for low effort becomes the relationship. That's when you start feeling invisible. Not because you cared too much, Because you abandoned your own boundaries, trying to keep someone interested. And the worst part? Most people don't even notice they're doing this until they feel emotionally exhausted. Healthy attraction needs space. Not distance. Not manipulation. Space. A life outside the relationship. Your own priorities. Your own focus. Your own emotional center. Because when your entire mood depends on one person texting you back, you stop feeling like a person and start feeling like an emotional employee. Always on call. Always waiting. Always available. That energy slowly destroys self-respect from the inside. So what should you actually do? First, stop rewarding inconsistent behavior with unlimited access. If someone gives low effort consistently, notice it. Don't chase harder to compensate for their lack of investment. Second, build a life that doesn't revolve around being chosen. This is where most people fail. They think confidence is acting cold. No. Real confidence is not panicking when someone pulls away. Because your identity isn't dependent on their attention. Third, pause before responding emotionally. Not to play games. To reconnect with yourself first. Ask, am I responding because I genuinely want to? Or because I'm scared of losing them? That question alone exposes everything. Pattern interrupt. And no, becoming unavailable won't magically make everyone want you. Some people will still leave. Good. That's information. Not every connection is meant to survive once you stop overextending yourself. Here's what nobody says out loud. The person who is willing to lose the relationship often has the most emotional power. Not because they care less. Because they still belong to themselves. That's the difference. When you're too available, people stop meeting you halfway. They start expecting access to you instead of appreciating it. And eventually, you wake up exhausted from giving everything to someone who barely notices anymore. Being caring isn't the problem. Losing yourself while caring is. The right person won't need you to overperform for basic attention. And if someone only values you when you pull away, they never valued you properly to begin with. Stop handing people unlimited access to your time, energy, and emotions. Because the moment you realize your presence should be earned too, everything changes. And for the first time, you stop chasing.